we know how.
Some of those deaths are from fallen trees. There are about 1 million power outages in Texas and Louisiana. It's a day off at former President Trump's trial in New York, where cross-examination of former attorney Michael Cohen continues Monday.
Cohen claims he told Trump the Stormy Daniels deal was done in a phone call through Trump's head of security, Keith Schiller. But texts between Cohen and Schiller show Cohen instead wanted to talk about harassing phone calls he received. Cohen now says both conversations happened in the same phone call that lasted under 2 minutes.
Fox's Nate Foy, the former president, attends his son Barron's high school graduation in Florida today, then campaigns in Minnesota. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
And, I guess I need to open up this day. It's sunny outside. TGIF.
It's sunny. Okay.
Great way to look at a good start for the weekend, supposedly. But
it's gonna rain. It's a good weekend to sit around with the family and watch some movies. I've been with that system that my wife found. I've been binge watching a lot of stuff. There was a show that I really liked called Monk. Yes, I remember Monk.
Yeah, it was on it was an appointment viewing for me for quite a while, but I had never watched it. Do you know that show started in 1998? Oh yeah,
really?
It was like 8 or 9 seasons worth, and I'm up to season number 6, I think now.
Wow!
And most of that stuff I had never seen. Okay, Kitty Cat, you're gonna have to go.
Is he playing with your toe? Oh,
yeah, he likes to check me out with the teeth and claws from time to time, just to be sure I'm paying attention.
Why you jumped?
So if you happen to see something go flying across the TV screen this morning, no, it is not a flying cat.
It's a black blob.
Yeah. So anyway, they had some unsettled weather in the middle part of the country.
Yes, they did.
Houston. Without power, we'll talk about that a little bit later on as well. Back on the local scene.
Cat. Come kitty.
Out cat. On the local scene, I guess the story gonna make some of you happy. Some of you ain't gonna be happy, and some of the unhappy gonna be some of our elected officials, which is gonna be bad for them.
What's happening? You're talking about locally?
Yeah, the majority has spoken, and the YMCA swimming pool project it will advance as originally intended. Last year, the Onslow County Board of Commissioners, the Jacksonville City Council, and the Onslow County Board of Education each agreed, but not unanimously, to earmark $3 million over a 2-year period to go towards the construction of pools at the YMCA. There are several public pools in Onslow now, but they are not located, but they're located only aboard our military installations.
Yeah.
We don't have any.
No, we don't.
You got to pay per visit pool.
Or join the club
or join the country club.
Mm-hmm.
Costs you $1.50 a year. And if you don't play golf, you can get pool privileges there. They had that at one time, pool and maybe tennis or something like that. But for those who don't golf, it's not open every day, and also not open during the winter because it's cold and it's outside.
True.
The school board earlier this week, by a split vote, changed its mind. A bit of an uproar over the following days led to another meeting yesterday, another vote, with a slight change in the total vote tally, leading to the decision to honor the original commitment.
Right.
It was a commitment. You were following that meeting yesterday, right?
Yes, I was listening to it on my way out of town, and it was the very first thing that they brought up. It was a policy hearing yesterday, but knowing that they had not actually gone through, they did the vote at the regular meeting, but there was some
discrepancies about the way it was supposed to be done. There were some
questions about the way it was done because one of the members had changed their mind to vote against it, but
after he had voted for it,
right?
And then he voted against it,
and then said, let's go back to the table and renegotiate. Which the chairman said it's a little too late for that. We've had this for quite a long time, and so when they took the vote, this one board member abstained from voting.
He said yes to begin with, but then he said no. He said, I'm going to abstain.
Well, actually, he was all in favor at the beginning of the discussion. And then another board member had given a lot of reasons why she was voting against it, because she felt like if she gave, I mean, everybody's argument was very compelling. I will say that. So then the other board member said, just put his name out there so much easier. It was Mr. Rogers. He said, well, Ms. Oakley gives a very compelling argument.
Yes.
I'm going to have to go back and say no. But then he said, but maybe we should do a motion. Maybe we should do a motion to take this back to the negotiation table, and let's talk about it again, see what more the school system can get out of that. And so the motion was never actually formally made. And then at that time, the chairman said, we've had all this time. We should already be ready for this vote. So they took the vote. Mr. Rogers abstained from voting. So it was a tie 3-3. You have to have a majority. So they did not move on with it during that meeting. But there was a lot of speculation. Does that mean the vote's over? You're not going to do it anymore? The attorneys were contacted and did an excellent job yesterday explaining how it all works, what had happened, how to move forward, the way it works according to Robert's rules, which Robert rules really didn't have a paragraph in there that really applied to what they. So anyway, they revoted.
Yep.
So during the discussion, Miss Oakley gave her opinions. She stuck firm to her opinions. I think
one of her points was she wanted all 26,000 kids in Onslow County school system to have free privileges at that pool, right?
Yeah, she felt like since it was taxpayer dollars that the school board was giving to the YMCA, that anyone associated with the school system should have some free access to the pool. And then she felt strongly that all the money that the school system would be given to the YMCA should be held locally to help repair schools and other costs.
Now, help me out. Was it not set up so that there is a block of time made available for all citizens of Onslow County to have free access to the pool?
Well,
Like
I
3 hours a
remember
week or
Ms.
something.
Stoll saying that it would be so many hours per week if they didn't have anything else going,
Like
that
a
they would
competition or
open it
something.
up to the public to use it.
Yep.
So there was that. And I know, see, it's not only benefiting, well, he said that the deal with the county schools was that if they had swim meets, they use the pool there for no charge. If they have competition meets, they use the pool there for no charge. They would also bring in all the second graders every year and teach them to swim
Yes.
at no charge. And I know a lot of people brought up transportation issues and such, but they use transportation when they go on field trips. I'm just saying that. But anyway, so, I mean, there's a lot of arguments on both sides that are very compelling. But he also said it also benefits like the city and the county parks and recreation if they're having an event and need the pool or whatever. It's open to that also, no
Also,
charge.
first responders.
First responders are going to be training there at no charge. They are going into contract with the Veterans Administration. And my understanding is that is a possibility. They're working on it right now. The VA actually leasing and space in the YMCA to set up themselves, and they will be doing a lot of work with veterans over with the pool and other things to help them with their physical health. So, and then too, they're going to be offering all sorts of stuff for the youth programs and stuff, which through different partners that we have here in Onslow County that do a lot for the schools as far as mentoring and stuff. So so I think that having the YMCA, regardless of how we get the pool, I think having a YMCA is going to be a huge benefit to our community.
And I'm glad it's going to be 2 pools. If they had to
Yes.
cut back, as Billy Soul told us, was it Monday? Yeah.
Yes.
Monday. If they had to cut back, they could still manage to get this done. It would not probably be 2 pools, but now it can be 2 pools. We're going to need 2 pools. We need 2 pools.
Well,
And yes, he's also confirmed that 3 hours a week was originally scheduled to be
Yes.
set aside for
Okay.
all Onslow County
That's what
residents
I
to have free access to the
understood.
pool.
Right.
Now, the other thing you got to, this is not a 12-month a year, a 12 week a year pool.
Right. This is
It's year round.
year round. Right.
When you're freezing your buns off outside, just put your overcoat on, go down there and strip down to your bathing suit and not your.
I really need to go in there and take a walk around inside and see what all they've done and and do a story on that because
the outside of that
the
place
outside
looks
is
great.
beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. They've done so much work over there.
Mhm.
But this is having the YMCA. My opinion is fantastic for this community. I mean, the stuff it's going to bring, the options it's going to give kids. And you just know there may be that one kid that's a troubled kid that walks in there and gets involved in some type of sports or some type of program there that's going to turn out to be our next governor or something,
Well,
There's so much to offer.
I just think without having such an obstacle for training and for competition,
Right.
I would think that maybe our swim teams will have some people that don't want to get out there and do contact sports like football
Right.
or basketball. Basketball is
There
a
are swim teams,
contact.
yes.
Basketball is a contact sport, y'all.
Yes.
They may not want to do that. Maybe they're not adept at that. Maybe we got some great swimmers out there.
Right.
They want to compete.
Well, if we
What a
have
great
swim meets
opportunity.
here, we could help put Onslow County on the map too. We're going to have it'll take a little while, but once we have competitions and swim meets, people are going to be coming to this town, and guess what?
Sure.
They're going to be checking into hotels.
Oh, wow.
They're going to be eating their food.
Oh,
They're
wow.
going to be buying gas at the gas
There you
station.
go.
I even stop by the ABC store and pick up something.
Yeah.
All this money comes back to us, not all of it.
Yes,
But we get a percentage of
Get a
it.
chunk of it.
So I think between that and then across the street, down a half a mile on the left, once the city builds the multi-sports complex center, do you know what that's going to do for us? It's
You
going to
better
bring
be
in so much
widening-
revenue.
You need to be start widening Gum Branch Road.
well, where those accesses are, it is widened there. It's 5 lanes, but further down Gum Branch Road,
Yeah, but you still got to have access.
yeah, and unless you buy all the houses down there.
Yeah,
Because I
that's the big
noticed they
problem.
are putting a little bit of shoulder on Gum Branch. Thank
Mhm.
you very much. But it's still a
Gotta-
winding, twisting,
Got to have a place to change your tire when you have a flat.
somebody's driveway. That's about the best you have.
Or let it go flat and then have to go buy a new tire and probably a new rim.
Now, I think the Board of Commissioners still have to vote on
Yeah.
going through with the contract and giving the $3 million. And I think Billy Sewell said last week that the city meets very soon.
Yeah, and I think you got to
And I think
probably a unanimous. I don't know. I would guess. it'd
I
be
believe
unanimous
when
from
the city voted to go into contract talks, which was the memorandum of understanding, it was a majority. It was a strong majority.
Yeah, it was.
So we'll see what happens. But
Speaking of school,
speaking of school,
it's a dang good thing I'm not there these days.
oh, we.
For one
yeah.
thing, I would not be likely able to pass even the 5th grade.
Not nowadays.
Not nowadays. Other, I've used the descriptive terminology illegal alien on many occasions. But
This story got me upset.
I talked about it briefly last week. I think you were gone. A 16-year-old kid has been suspended from a Lexington, North Carolina school after he responded to an English assignment.
Mhm.
Get this. According to his mama, Christian McGee back in April got 3 days off when an English teacher gave a vocabulary assignment that involved the word alien. When she gave the assignment, Christian asked the teacher, you mean like space aliens or illegal aliens without green cards? Legitimate question. No doubt, like me, he was being a little cute. After all, that term is heard over radio and TV every day of the week. It's not one of George Carlin's FCC banned words for all of you who remember that guy. But a fellow student had his or her feelings hurt and complained. The teacher did what teachers do, took the matter up to the principal. The staff later deemed the term to be offensive to Hispanic students and punished Christian with a 3-day suspension. Offensive?
Racially offensive, they said.
Offensive? I'm offended in one way or the other every day of the week, most every day of the week.
Well, when
Should
I
I
saw-
take my offended complaint to a higher authority? Who would that be?
Oh,
Can
you
we
know,
just skip the whole process straight to the Supreme Court?
it's heading that way, isn't it?
Where do you or I have a right not to be offended? Show me. Where do I have a right not to be offended? Maybe we should appoint an offended police force to make arrests
When somebody says alien,
when somebody says anything that's offensive. The word to be determined, later defined as need be. After this story went viral, the Liberty Justice Center said they would be representing McGee in a lawsuit
Good.
against the Davidson County Board of Education. The lawyers are maintaining that Christian asked a non-threatening question of his teacher. Then the school board, according to the lawyer, his words, branded him with false accusations of racism. School officials, he said, have effectively fabricated a racial incident out of thin air and branded our client as a racist without even giving him an opportunity to appeal. A school administrator claims the use of the term is the same as the use of the N-word. Really?
what?
Really?
How many times have you
Really?
said the word aliens
4 million?
on this show?
Well, today, 7 million.
God almighty.
If someone
It's just
crosses into
ridiculous.
these United States without an invitation, without legal documents allowing him or her to be here, he has committed an illegal act and is therefore an illegal alien. There are those who will nitpick and say that those seeking asylum have been admitted to the United States and are technically not here illegally. Let me explain. I said nothing about asylum seekers or those who have been invited, including the thousands that Biden has brought in from 4 different countries. I specified again that those who entered the United States without an invitation, without legal documents allowing them to be here, have broken our laws and are indeed illegal aliens. I stand by my description. Apparently, I'm not alone. On Monday, a large crowd of citizens expressed their outrage at the Davidson County Board's monthly meeting, packed with residents who called on the board to issue an apology and remove the infraction from Christian's record. His mother at the meeting said there was nothing racist about the use of illegal aliens, agreeing with me in describing those who jumped the border and entered this country. On top of that, she said, get this one now, there's nothing racist about the word alien because guess what? Alien is not a race.
Exactly.
Alien is not a race.
Well, you know, it says that when he asked the teacher, are you referring to space aliens or illegal aliens who need green cards? And you know what her response was? Watch your mouth.
Really?
Instead of explaining to him, to the rest of the class, instead of outlining the rules on this, I don't know what the woke word is for aliens. Evidently, there must be
Migrant.
one. So, okay, migrant. So why didn't she say migrants? Why
So
did
are
she
they
say
illegal
aliens?
migrants or legal migrants?
I don't know. But you know, right at that time that when it happened, there was a Hispanic male who took offense
Yep.
and threatened to beat the kid up right there in class.
Did this Hispanic kid get taken to the principal's office for
No.
making a threat?
The other student who used the word alien got suspended for 3 days, and it's a non-negotiable
You
suspension.
want to bet? Wait till that lawyer
There is
gets
no
his,
appeal
get his
on
day
it.
in court. In my opinion, what we're doing by allowing and encouraging those from other countries to storm our borders and scatter all over this country is encouraging illegal acts to continue to go unenforced.
Right.
Who among us want to feed and house them and provide them with the taxpayer-funded lawyers and doctors? I'm sure there are some. Until it comes to your neighborhood, until it comes directly from your paycheck. How does that make it right for us? Is there any wonder why the border crisis is so high on the list of problems and priorities that Americans want fixed? My. We have a strange world that we have built for ourselves, and it's getting to be a bit of a problem.
Well, there's definitely have some issues there
Yeah.
going on with the.
Yeah.
Of course, we've not heard the other side of the story,
Yep.
but
Not at all.
I watched her speech, the mother's speech, when she went before the Board of Education. And she said, you know, I have sent every one of you an email in reference to this. And to this date, no one has even responded. Now, I know our county board members are very, very good about responding. I've heard them talk about it during meetings and stuff. So maybe not all of them, but there's always somebody who responds.
Well, in this particular case, given that there is such an issue that's been raised that could have impact a whole lot of folks, and legality has been brought up, like the lawyers are involved, it would probably be best to have any responses coming from the Davidson County School Board's
Attorney.
lawyer.
Well, what I was getting at is she spoke before the board about this. And, like the word alien is commonly used in state and federal government. We know that. Okay. If this was such a problem, maybe the teacher should have said, okay, well, you know what, class? Hold off. We're going to change the subject. I want you to do papers on something else. But, it seems like to me that maybe the teacher dropped the ball in class right there. But what happened from the moment that student was suspended? The mother, in her speech before the school board, alleges that 2 of the board members went and dug up her past criminal record that she had from 14 years prior. She was arrested for abusing prescription drugs, served 4 out of 6 years. From that moment on, I mean, she's on a governor's board. She cleaned. I mean, she did her time. She went on with her life. And she's well-respected woman in her circles. She's been, like I said, a governor's commission board and several other stuff. Well, you just broke your chair.
Lose whatever you can to get started.
And so anyway, but they took that information and smeared it all over social media. Of course, we know how that works. We've seen it.
It's all you got to do is just try to do somebody in one way or the other, and maybe they'll go away, is what you're hoping.
Right.
Okay.
But does that make your point better by discrediting the other person?
Oh, no, that shows you're desperate. That's all
right.
that is.
So it's been an interesting story. I'm going to follow this one because I want to see what comes out of
Times
this
for
one.
Today's weather tips, severe weather tips. Today's suggestions brought to you by John Stars Electric, where you can power up your life with a standby Generac generator. Those are 2 words, tough to say. Stuff to say.
It was hard for my ears.
Generac generator.
Generac generator.
I'm going to record it so I don't have to say it live again. We talk about what you should do when weather such as tornadoes, severe thunderstorms happen. This time, here are some things you should not do. Do not go to large open rooms like cafeterias, gymnasiums, or auditoriums. If you're outside, go inside a sturdy building immediately and seek shelter in the center of the first floor if severe weather is approaching. Sheds and storage buildings are not safe. They're not built to the same standards that homes are built to. Taking shelter under a tree can be deadly. Trees are often the tallest object in the area and attract lightning. Powerful bolts of electricity can actually jump from the tree if it's struck to nearby objects, and that includes you and other people standing under that tree. I've seen it happen on golf courses personally, but I've seen reports of it. In addition, heavy winds often accompany thunderstorms, and trees can be blown over or limbs can come loose and hit people below. Think about it.
Ouch.
Do not lie on concrete floors or lean on concrete walls during a thunderstorm. Lightning can travel through any metal wires or bars, like reinforcing bars in concrete walls or flooring. Don't use corded telephones. Not a lot of you got those anymore at home. Corded phones are not safe to use during a thunderstorm, and that includes cell phones that we all have. If you've got it plugged into your charger, it's a corded phone.
True.
High voltage come in your power line. That can create a lot of damage to everything on that power line, including your ears. More than 1 million homes lost power in Houston yesterday as strong storms came through the area. 4 people died. This might be the year to seriously give thought to adding a standby generator at your home or business. Why risk losing important documents when the power goes out? Why would anyone not want to have electricity to make sure that at least some, if not all, of their daily lives are not adversely affected when the lights go out? Smart generators have come a long way, and the team at John Stars Electric can get you hooked up with what you need now. Give them a call. No need to wait any longer. Financing can be arranged, and the folks at John Stars can handle everything from A to Z. It's all turnkey and worry-free. John Stars Electric, 910-989-1908. Give them a call. That number again, 910-989-1908. We'll be right back with your weather outlook for the weekend.
Hey, this is Chris Rainer with Sports Talk. Stay tuned later this morning at 9 a.m. Our guest will be Riley Morton from Rock Creek Golf and Country Club. He'll be talking about the upcoming PGA Championship this weekend. Also talking about his dad, Rick Morton, and the Senior PGA Championship next weekend. We'll see you Friday morning on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-290-5599. That's 1-800-290-5599. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-290-5599. That's 1-800-290-5599.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Vacation season is here. That means fishing and fun. Make sure your car or truck is ready for the road with a visit to Battlefield Automotive, 1214 West Corbin Avenue in Swansboro. If your check engine light is on, you may be looking at an expensive repair bill down the road, complicated by extreme temperatures and an engine that's not prepared to handle it. The pros at Battlefield Automotive can check your battery, starter, and system, charge and repair air conditioning systems to keep you cool and tune up your engine. They do everything from oil changes to brakes, and they carry a complete line of accessories. Battlefield Automotive are experts in both domestic and foreign car and truck repair and guarantee all their work using only ASC certified mechanics. So, whether it's a battery, a simple load, tune-up, or just getting your ride ready for a getaway, call 910-325-0828. Visit Battlefield Automotive today, 1214 West Corliss Road, in the friendly city by the sea in Swansboro. Again, for Battlefield Automotive, call 910-325-0828.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbin Avenue in Swansboro.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
You know, suicide's a sad thing. It's an issue all across this country. That doesn't include Onslow County either. We've got issues here just like everybody else does. We know that as many as 22 veterans of our military commit suicide every day. Are you listening? 22 veterans. 22 veterans in this country commit suicide every day. Unfortunately, Onslow County ranks third per capita in all of North Carolina for the number of people of all ages who have reported that they have considered taking their own lives. It's called suicide ideation. Between 2020 and 2023, that's 4 years, all 4 of those years, we had 344 reports of suicide ideation. Those are reports. We have no idea how many there actually were. That's about 90 cases for the entire population of the county for each year of the 4-year reporting period. Suicide is the third leading cause of death, ages 10 to 34 in North Carolina. As young as 10. I just read about a 10-year-old committing suicide. In 2021, there were 35 deaths in Onslow County by suicide. That's a rate of 20.1 per 100,000 residents in the county. That, in other words, that would be on the average of about 35 or 40 per year. If you or someone you know have thoughts of suicide, don't despair. You should reach out because there is help. There are people who will listen to you and help you work through the issues. Community Prevention Services is located in Jacksonville. The staff is ready, willing, and able to help you with issues you have. And everything is totally confidential. They don't talk it. They don't blab it. Community Prevention Services help with all forms of depression and anxiety as well. Conveniently located at 918 Henderson Drive, you can give them a call and discuss a good time to talk with a counselor. Community Prevention Services also accepts most forms of insurance. Don't let that stand in your way. Offshore today, northwesterly winds 5 to 10 knots, becoming southeasterly this afternoon, seas 2 to 3 feet. Those waves are going to be coming from the south, about 3 footers, 6 seconds apart, and they're going to be meeting up with waves coming from the east, little small ones, 1 footer at 8 seconds. Sounds and rivers a light chop. Tomorrow, winds out of the south 5 to 10 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet. Wave detail from the south, 2 footers at 6 seconds, and east, 2 footers at 8 seconds. They're going to be colliding. Sounds and rivers a light chop, nice except for the forecast rain that's coming. Westerly winds on Sunday, 5 to 10 knots, becoming northwesterly 10 to 15 in the afternoon. Seas running about 2 to 3 feet, nice. Sounds and rivers a light chop, increasing to a moderate chop in the afternoon.
And today we have a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after 2 p.m. Partly sunny with a high near 82. Calm wind becoming south 5 to 8 miles per hour in the afternoon. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with the low around 66. Saturday, a 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a high near 80. South winds 5 to 7 miles per hour. Saturday night, showers and thunderstorms with a low around 64. And Sunday, showers and thunderstorms with a high of 76. Going to cool down a little bit.
Yeah, it is. It was 64 degrees on my deck when I got up this morning.
Hey,
And,
listen,
opened that door and it felt so good
it
when it
felt
came
so
through
good.
the door.
Just want to shout out and say hello to a listener that we have on Facebook from Colorado.
Colorado.
Mr. Davis, yes. Good morning.
Mr. Davis, good morning, sir. How are you? I hope you're doing well.
Colorado.
Colorado. Why?
How's the weather in Colorado?
Chilly
yesterday?
up high, I'm sure.
Well, I don't. There's been. I'm a YouTube geek, and I've been watching the Storm Chasers. Chasing.
You're going to be afraid to. You're going to build a bunker. I see it coming.
I don't want to build a shelter. I've seen how it's done, but just watching them chase these severe thunderstorms and watching them turn into tornadoes. And when I saw he was saying hello from Colorado, I was like, yeah.
Glad he's still able to hang in there.
All that area, but now it's gone more towards the southern part of the states.
Yeah, Texas.
Texas,
Houston got hit
Louisiana, and Oklahoma was getting hit hard last week. Well, yeah, that's Tornado Alley.
Speaking of shelters, the days of fallout shelters and all that sort of good stuff.
Right.
Remember those? The bomb scare.
Yes.
Yeah. You're one of those YouTuber junkies, right?
Yes.
I am a Twilight Zone junkie.
I remember when I was small.
The Twilight Zone.
Little, young.
Well, up on my TV, I've got every episode there's ever been.
Really?
I'm in season, I think, 6. And sometimes I will sit there and binge watch as well. I went back to day 1.
Yeah.
And I guess most of them, because I was my family didn't watch them in those days. They came on from 59 to 64-ish, something like that. And those are the days they also would have plus episodes per season, not 18 or 20.
Oh, no, not like they do now.
So, and some really cool people started them. I saw one the other night, yesterday maybe, with Jonathan Winters.
Oh, my gosh.
And they had very few characters in each episode, just centered on one or two. Jonathan Winters and Jack Klugman. Klugman was an amateur, but a very good pool player.
Interesting.
And Jonathan Winters, he portrayed a guy named Fats Brown, who had passed away, but he was the best pool player at the time. It's a playoff on Fats Domino, right? Not Fats Domino, Fats, whatever the pool guy was. I forgot. Somebody will remember. But anyway, it's kind of a takeoff on him. But anyway, Klugman said, if I could only play him, because I know that I could beat him. I know that I'm better than he is. Well, suddenly he arrives from beyond the grave. And they have an extended game. And Klugman, at the very end, beat him.
Wow.
And it became a curse for him. The bet was, if you lose, you die. If you win, you don't. You live and live and live. Well, the final scene, Klugman won. Fats is happy. He goes about his merry way, dead. Klugman is sitting up there, the same place Fats used to be, answering the phone. He gets the call. Somebody wants to challenge you to a pool game. They think they're better than you. So forever and ever and ever, the inference was that he would be playing pool with somebody who keeps challenging him until he loses, and then he can go on his merry way. That was a cool show. I like Twilight Zone.
I remember watching it when I was small. It used to kind of freak me out.
Oh, it could freak you out. The Fallout Shelter thing came because they were sitting around having a party one night, this community, like 6, 8, 10 couples. So I think it was 6 couples. And they were having a birthday party for the guy who owned the house, a surprise party. And one of the neighbors he said, yeah, I'm glad all of this is behind you now. That shelter that you've been building with all the concrete trucks coming in all day and all night, and all the hammering and the pounding going on next door, we're listening to you. I'm glad you finally got it finished. And they made fun of him. And then at that time, little kid comes in, the son comes in, and he says, Daddy, just got a word that we're supposed to turn to Conelrad. Do you have any idea what Conelrad was?
Anything to do with aliens?
No. Well, yeah, could have been. Conelrad Radio were 2 radio stations on AM dial, 640 and 1240.
Oh, yeah. We had a 1240.
Yep. Stations could go over to that, and they would get the messages. All other stations were off the air. They could only go to those two stations. All right. So anyway, turns out the president has put out an alert, possible invasion. Possible invasion. And then they went and secured themselves in their bunker, locked the door, and the neighbors came in demanding access.
You know what creeped me out the most about that show was the music.
Oh, yeah.
The intro music. It was creepy.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. Got a caller. Good morning. Who's this?
It's Joy. Donald.
Hey, Donald. What's up?
It's Joy's boss.
Oh, well, yeah. Keep telling yourself that.
I'm not home at the present
time. I understand.
Yeah, well, about that lunch.
Hey, you were talking about the Twilight Zone, I guess?
Yep.
Yes.
That was Minnesota Fats.
Minnesota Fats. Not Fats Domino was a singer.
Not Blueberry Hill.
Yeah, I knew it as soon as I said it. It was wrong. Minnesota Fats.
Willie Moscrony.
Yep.
But speaking of pool, a legend here in Jacksonville was my father-in-law, who is deceased. Mr. Albert Lockins was one of the finest pool players Jacksonville's ever seen.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if a lot of people know that, but used to be a pool hall downtown called Bob's Pool Hall.
Yeah, remember it well.
Joy used to have to go down there and get her daddy out because he'd be there at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Still playing pool.
Yeah, he didn't drink. He just was making money.
Yeah, all right.
And Sammy's pool hall down on Court Street.
All right.
But their pool used to be a really big thing in Jacksonville back in the day.
It was.
And, I don't think people play pool like
They don't. It was a big thing in Wilmington,
like they
too.
used to.
A friend of mine bought a place called the Orton Pool Hall. It's downstairs. It's down in the lower level, right on Front Street. And they, had it as a bar there, but it was primarily a pool hall. And they also had Minnesota Fats. Now that you remember, he played there one time.
Yeah. Well, Jacksonville had some outstanding pool players from Richlands, the Woodrow's pool hall up there. And I'm not promoting pool halls or whatever, but
there's nothing wrong with pool halls. Billiards is a good game.
A smoky old pool room was
that's a different story.
That was the thing back then.
Yeah, but I played a little pool, but I wasn't very good. So anyhow, do yourself a favor, your kid, and weather's getting right. The brim are starting to get ready to bed. I'm a freshwater fisherman.
I know you are.
Old school. And
you're a worm man, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, I'm gonna give a little fishing tip. I don't usually tell a lot of folks, but I'll just go ahead and.
Are you gonna lie? Are you gonna lie about it?
No, sir, I ain't gonna lie. Jesus listening to me. When you go to buy worms, a lot of people like to think that the Canadian worm night crawlers are the best. Well, they'll drown very quickly.
Yep.
But the red wigglers are better, but you need to keep them in the summertime in a cooler.
Yep.
So they don't like hot weather. They'll die quick.
Do not keep them in your refrigerator or freezer. Put them in something a little less cold.
Yeah, don't freeze them for sure. But they don't like the hot sun. They'll soon wither.
Yep.
But the Canadian night crawler doesn't wiggle as much, so you don't get as much action, and he drowns quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So hope that'll help someone.
There you go.
That's cool.
All right, fishing tip brought to you by.
Y'all do what, buddy?
Your fishing tip brought to you by the Worm Man himself.
The worm? No, don't call me Wormy. I'll take ivermectin.
Okay, gotcha. Well, there was a police officer here. We called Wormy all the time. He was skinny.
Where was that?
Kavanaugh.
Do you know some people took ivermectin, which is a animal wormer, during the COVID crisis?
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, a lot of people did that.
yeah, I know. I said, are you a horse or a cow or pig or dog?
Jackass comes to mind.
Well, I'm a jackass.
Me too. We got our buddy Timmy. He always prescribes me Jackass medicine.
I know. And he takes fish antibiotics, right?
Yep. Nothing wrong with that.
If it works for you.
A lot of people to take the fish antibiotic.
Yep. Cheaper.
So
no prescription necessary.
No office visit.
So you'll be looking for a river to start swimming in.
Well, I'd kind of like to do that anyway, so I'm all right. Hey, Don, appreciate your call, sir.
10-4. Have a blessed day.
All right, let's get to the water. Let's take a break. You're live and local. Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
When it comes to paint supplies, whether a contractor or homeowner, since 1957, people have depended on Jacksonville's premier paint store, CNS Paint, for all their painting supplies and accessories, as well as providing expert knowledge and helping with a particular paint project. CNS Paint, with locations in Jacksonville at 6 Doris Avenue, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Wayne Drive, Morehead City. CNS Paint is close and convenient to cover the Crystal Coast with quality PPG paint for any project, residential or commercial. Color is often the first impression of a home or community. PPG's team of designers, experienced in both new home construction and residential repaint, have compiled over 2,000 color schemes to provide you with a selection that appeals to homeowners. A beautiful and lasting paint job starts with quality PPG paint. For more information, phone 910-455-0210 or visit CNS Paint, 6 Stars Avenue, Jacksonville, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, or 105 Williams Drive in Morris City, or online, cspaintcenter.com. CNS Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Throughout the process, she'll treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full-color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway is Jacksonville's oldest tire company, and now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone, 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, about 7:48, and it's a Friday morning. Hey, it's the beginning of the weekend.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, hey,
And
bring
I
it
don't
on, bring
have
it
to
on.
go anywhere.
The North Carolina Senate, oh my, they put a bill that will ban wearing masks for health reasons. It's causing a bit of a stir. It's not just for health reasons. Senators argued that the ban will make it easier to identify protesters who violate laws. With protesters and rioters causing issues on college campuses across the nation, they started wearing masks, by the way, even those designed for health protection from any number of diseases. The agitators started wearing these various types of masks to keep from being identified in videos and photos and either arrested or suspended by the colleges. The ban has some exceptions, including wearing Halloween masks around the holiday. The Senate passed the bill, and it will then go first to the House, and if approved, not likely, to the governor. Personal opinion, it's doubtful that it will make it that far. An exemption for a legitimate health matter, such as those around a person undergoing chemotherapy when their immune system is compromised, would go a long way in making this bill a law. For health reasons, but it's going to have to be a definitely designated health reason, like I have a compromised immune system. I don't want to be around crowds. Or, kind of late now, a new bill perhaps originating in the case could target those that are causing the problems, the demonstrators. Don't go after everybody. If they're wearing masks at a protest, riot, or other demonstration, a law against that could be easily enforced. Those with compromised immune systems should not be at such gatherings in the first place.
Okay. I have opinions about this, Bill.
Okay.
Because I went back, looked at both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Did we have a problem at all before the pandemic with people wearing masks? No, we did not. I mean, as far as for their health. The pandemic brought out a whole bunch of new stuff.
Yep. Well, people were scared.
People were scared. People were
And
wearing
laws
masks.
were there.
We wore a mask when we went to the grocery store
Yeah,
because
we did.
we were told we had to.
Or you
So
couldn't
we
get
did.
groceries.
But you know what? I went in, got my groceries, came home, took the mask off. I was fine.
I didn't wait to get home.
Well, as soon as I got in the car, right?
As soon as I got in the parking lot.
Right. So, I see what they were doing with this anti-mask bill. And there's been discussion about what about people wearing the medical mask outdoors to a grocery store, to the doctor's office, wherever. There is an anti-mask bill. There's never been an issue in the past with someone wearing for medical purposes. The Senate has said in their discussions that they do not feel like it will be a continued problem for them to wear their medical mask, because what law enforcement officer is going to walk up to you and say, you've got to take the little medical mask
Have
that
you
you
met
have
Barney
on?
Fife?
Well, sure, there's going to be somebody somewhere,
Yeah.
but this was not an issue before the pandemic. I don't believe it's going to be an issue now.
Mm-hmm.
If they pass an anti-mask law and you're wearing a medical mask going into a doctor's office or going into the grocery store, I do not believe anybody's going to do anything about it, because common sense tells a law enforcement officer that there was a reason. Plus the fact the medical mask covers just your nose and your mouth.
Yep.
Where these anti-protesters were wearing masks to cover their whole face.
But they started wearing just the other masks too.
That's
Pictures of them.
But there is a big difference, in my opinion, of seeing someone wearing that mask to be out protesting than from somebody wearing that mask to go to the grocery store to pick up medicine or to the pharmacy to
I
pick up
agree.
medicine because they're sick. Common sense tells you. We had common sense before the pandemic.
We lost
And
it.
then what happened was during the pandemic, when the government, nobody knew what to expect out of this COVID stuff. And with the mask mandate made a lot of people mad. Well, if you don't want to wear it, don't wear it. If you want to wear it, wear it. I'm for personal choice, but let's not make a huge issue out of this.
Yeah, well,
And that's what it's
I
come
still
down to.
think if the Senate or the House or the governor or anybody else, it's kind of like adopting new gun control laws because some idiot took an AR-15 and went somewhere and shot up a school.
I understand that side too.
Target
yes.
the individuals
That's right.
who are doing the bad things.
Right.
Make sure they get punished. We have them being arrested. Oh my goodness, how many times have we already heard about somebody with an AR? They've already
Right.
been out there doing their thing and whatever.
Or all they're actually doing is actually going back to the basic law that was on the books before all this
Pretty
started.
much.
Pretty
That's
much.
pretty much what
Yeah.
it was. Okay.
But see, you got the anti-protesters out there taking advantage of medical masks
That's right.
that sick people need.
If they'd today, and by the old laws, if they had gone out there to that statue or whatever they're protesting
Yes.
or destroying or anything
Oh,
else,
yes.
guess what? They'd have gone to jail.
That's right.
Up front. We got to
So-
take a break. We're late, so I know we have a caller.
Oh.
Hang in there. You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Hey, it's your afternoon guy, Chris Hollywood Man, inviting you to join the Freedom Prize Patrol at National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram on Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville, today from 4 to 6 p.m. Stop by and get a great deal on a new truck, Jeep, or the vehicle of your dreams. Now, as you get ready for the weekend, go ahead, swing up by the dealership, hang out with the Freedom Crew. We would love to see you with Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Hey y'all, thank y'all for coming to the Richlands Piggly Wiggly last week for those awesome specials. I'm back to share this week's specials at The Pig, as we call it here in Richlands. The weather is getting hotter and so are these deals. To get you in the summertime mood, we have Jumbo Athena cantaloupes for $3.99 each. And y'all know summertime calls for grilling on the back patio in the evening, and we have just what you need. Get you some fresh, boneless New York strip steaks at $9.99 a pound. And throw in some fresh half-cup bone-in pork chops for just $1.69 a pound. There's no better way to spend a sunny and 75 evening than grilling up some of our fresh meats at an awesome deal. Y'all come get in the summertime mood with us at the Richlands Piggly Wiggly. And to our Jacksonville shoppers, come on down and get to grilling with us. And remember, y'all, let's piggy with it.
Flatwoods Outfitters, veteran-owned and operated, located at 111 Second Amendment Lane, just off Highway 24 between Swansboro and Jacksonville and Hubert, reminds you to remember those that didn't forget us and paid the ultimate price for our freedom this Memorial Day, Monday, May 27th. Flatwoods Outfitters is the most complete sporting and firearm facility in Onslow County, right here in your backyard, complete with a shooting range and instruction. Flatwoods Outfitters carries all major brand names of shotguns, long guns, pistols, and ammunition to bag your limit for whatever game is in season, from dove to bear. Flatwoods Outfitters also takes helping you protect your Second Amendment rights and urges you to learn how to safely handle any firearm for personal safety. At Flatwoods, you can sight in your scope and use your shooting or archery range. If you're interested in a concealed weapon permit, Flatwoods Outfitters can help with that also. So, whether you are a sportsman or concerned about personal safety, let the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Flatwoods Outfitters assist you. For range hours, phone 910-353-7593. That's 910-353-7593 for range hours. Flatwoods Outfitters, 111 Second Amendment Lane, Hubert, where they aim to preserve our hunting heritage, wildlife, and constitution. Flatwoods Outfitters, again, reminds you to remember those that didn't forget us and paid the ultimate price for our freedom this Memorial Day, Monday, May 27th.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967, now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the Carrier experts. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hempstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to paint painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties. Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
All right, we're getting through some commercial breaks kind of fast like here, but we do have a caller. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, this is Mike.
Hey, Mike. How are you?
All right. The mask. All right. So I get wanting to try to ban the mask and stuff like that, but you got to look at the purpose. The purpose is to easily identify individuals in these protests. All right. Now, there's some protests that are illegal and there's some protests that are illegal. The people that's in legal protests wearing masks, they do it for various reasons, not to be hassled and stuff like that, because social media is such a big engine nowadays. But for the people in illegal protests, there are law enforcement tools to identify them, same way they identified people at January 6th with their masks. So the notion that, they needed to identify people, this law, I think is a fallacy on its face.
Okay, I'm not sure that
Not sure what it
how
means.
many people were really wearing masks that they identified on January 6th. That was kind of like I don't remember that being a big deal about a lot of people wearing
A
masks.
lot of those people were squealed on.
Yeah, that was one of the things. And but anyway, wearing masks. what's the problem with just targeting those that protesters? Now, you mentioned legal and illegal. Illegal protests are illegal to begin with.
Yes.
Got it? So there is a charge there available. Illegal protests, they generally do not have a permit to protest. Legal protests, they generally will have a permit to protest.
Yeah.
Just enforce the permit. Hello? Knock, knock. Anybody listening?
Yep. Then once you trespass, then, or by that private institution, i.e. the college,
well,
then you have a...
Or once a police officer, a sworn police officer tells you, you have to disperse now. And you give them 2 minutes to start their process of getting out of the area. And at that point in time, you call the guys with the big paddy wagons to come down because I got a bunch of people going to the jailhouse.
Now, I have to bump back on that a little bit.
Mhm.
There's situations where that would work if the crime is in process or about to be committed. You can have a peaceful protest and police tell them to disperse, but they don't have reason to tell them to disperse. There's no one telling them to trespass or anything like that. But there are situations where they are doing something illegal, then you'll be correct.
Well, if you're doing something that is not doing anything else but a peaceful protest, and you have the proper permits to do it, because if you're blocking traffic or if you're creating hazards or problems for people getting into a business or anything like that, or you're harassing individuals trying to go into a business, that's not a peaceful protest. That's an illegal protest.
Yep. So they have the tools. They have the PC to make arrests.
Yep.
Then just make arrests.
Here's a problem. Here's a problem as I see it. Many of the campuses where this has occurred, they have their own law enforcement system, their own police force, and they're sworn police officers, but they take their marching orders from the administration. They have a police chief who takes his orders from the administration. Yes, civilian police officers from the whatever town or sheriff's office, whatever county it is, or the state of North Carolina, send the highway patrol in. Yeah, they have legal authority to get in there and do things. But if the college is saying, no, they're not doing anything that we say is illegal, they can do it all they want to.
Yep.
Then there's a problem. You have conflicting jurisdictions that create problems.
Yep. Then it's a campus issue, and the government even be a part of that.
Yep, it should be. All right. It's on it's on state property. So go for it. All right. Hey, Mike, appreciate your call, sir.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you. One military installation. Some couple of guys, foreigners, tried to invade it earlier this month. We'll talk about that when we get back. You're live and local Real Talk. Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. At least 4 people are killed in storms in Houston. Coco Dominguez with Fox 26 there.
I've been in Houston all my life. I've never seen downtown Houston look the way it looks right now. And there's just debris everywhere that you look.
The mayor's asking people to stay home today. There's no school. Around 1 million homes and businesses are without power in Texas and Louisiana. Republicans on 2 House committees advanced measures to hold Attorney General Garland in contempt of Congress.
The move comes after Merrick Garland's refusal to turn over audio recordings of President Biden's classified documents interview. The vote passing along party lines in both committees. The president has asserted executive privilege over the files, which also covers Garland. The resolution paves the way for the full House to vote on holding the Attorney General in contempt. No word yet, though, on when that vote will take place.
The transcript of the interview is public. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1
WSME.
It's live and local. Real Talk.
Okay. We're back live and local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Coming up this morning, by the way, in about an hour. 1 hour.
Sports Talk with Chris Rainer.
He's got some special stuff he's talking about today too, right?
Golfing.
Yeah,
some stuff that broke loose this morning in the golf world too.
Yeah, well, that's on the news side though.
Right.
Golfing, that's where you put that little white thing there on the ground and you hit it as hard as you can, then you chase it.
I've golfed.
Then you chase it, right? You hit it and you make it go somewhere, then you run out behind it, try to catch it.
Yeah, their special guest this morning is Riley Morton from the Rock Creek Golf and Country Club. He'll be talking about this weekend's PGA Championship and his dad, Rick Morton, playing in the Senior PGA Championship the following week. So
many.
It's going to be all about
so
golf.
many things, so many sports that I had absolutely zero talent in. One of them was golf.
I golfed with my dad, and mainly as a daughter-dad thing. And my favorite part about golfing was the golf cart. I'll admit it. I did get a birdie once. Did I? I think I told you that
Was it
story.
a seagull?
No, it was actual bird. I hit the ball. It traveled, hit the ground. When it hit the ground, it hit a huge rock, bounced off that, and hit a bird.
Did the
A real
wildlife
bird.
officers come out and give you a ticket?
No, but does that qualify me for my first birdie?
Yeah, well, I guess.
My sister-in-law, and myself, when we went golfing, it was always dangerous because we
Because
liked
you hit each other with
to
clubs.
play with the golf cart.
Oh.
We did things. Well, you know, there's rules out when you're in the golf cart, which there was oftentimes we did not quite follow. But
A rule breaker, you.
But I mean, it was fun to golf. I have a brand new set of ladies' golf clubs if anybody's interested. I got them right after I retired, and I was going to start playing golf more with Dad. But then he hurt his shoulder, and it went downhill from there. So I never got to use them.
Yep. Okay. Sound good.
Yes.
All right. Marines.
Marines. Don't mess with the Marines now.
Marines and federal agents don't take kindly to foreigners infiltrating their bases up there in Quantico a couple of weeks ago. Why Quantico? Why would you even think that you're going to invade Quantico? 2 people in a box truck were stopped at one of the gates as usual. The driver told military police officers there they were making a delivery to the post office and worked for a company subcontracted by Amazon. Well, guess what?
No, it doesn't work that way.
They had no affiliation to the base and no approved credentials. They were directed to a holding area so they could be vetted. However, one of the MPs noticed that the driver ignored the instructions of the officers, and he continued to drive past the holding area and attempted to access the Marine base. Not a good plan, and one that did not work out too well for the 2 Jordanian nationals. Marine officers were able to deploy the vehicle denial barriers. They push a button and things stop traffic.
Yeah.
Prevent any further access to the base and detain the 2 dudes who were eventually turned over to customs.
ICE.
Oh, yeah.
ICE.
They're lucky. They're very lucky. They could have been dealt with in a seriously deadly fashion.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see the updates on this, whether or not they find a reason for them attempting to get on base. Because
no guns found in the truck, no weapons of any kind.
contractors do not take Amazon packages to the base. That's dropped off at the main post office within that area.
Whoops.
They take it on their trucks to the base and drop it off.
The 2 are on a list of special individuals right now to be deported.
Sure.
Now, there are reports, there are unconfirmed reports, and neither the base nor ICE will confirm that at least one of these guys was on the terrorist watch list.
Right. Oh,
if they find that out,
gosh.
oh my,
I'm gonna
my,
let
my,
Kitty
my.
out. He's crying. He wants to go out. You coming?
Huh, the kitty cat's up there meowing.
Yes, he's not been able to get out.
Anyway,
wants out.
I cannot think, there's no telling how many times attempts have been made and people get turned around so they don't have credentials.
Well, I know we tried to set up a former boss at ours when he was going on base. He was Egyptian from Egypt, and he was a district manager, and him and the local postmaster had just had a big, well, they weren't getting along at the time. And so the district manager, who's from Egypt and works for the Postal Service, had taken the government car and was heading out towards the base to check on the office there. And it was all we could do to stop our postmaster from calling the front gate and saying that we had a government car that had just been stolen by a foreigner.
No.
It was,
I'm glad he didn't do that.
it was something at the time. We were all going to jail.
That would have been a major problem.
Yeah, that would have been. But oh gosh.
Okay, there's another bill that made it through the Senate.
All right.
Might get passed in the House.
Let me
but
hear this
will
one.
Likely die on the governor's desk. If it sails through, it will again make 16 and 17-year-old violent criminals face their day in big boys court.
I'm all for that one.
This is a good bill. We've seen
Yes.
issues here in Onslow County
Yes,
and
we
other
have.
counties time and again. The pre-18-year-old punks commit anything from murder.
Mm-hmm.
They commit crimes. They rob people. They hurt people. But they're treated as children. After 18, they commit crimes and are generally treated as first-time offenders, regardless of what violent crimes they committed, sometimes just weeks or months before their max 18th birthday. If they want to commit adult crimes at any age, pay the adult price. That's my 2 cents worth.
Well, I think when they went and they adjusted this bill a while back and made it to where it kind of protects the 16 to 17-year-olds, and I saw how well that was not working at all.
No, it was
not working at all. So I read that bill, this one that they proposed. I'm all for it. And of course, we've talked about it so many times. 16, 17-year-old, they can walk up and just shoot somebody point blank and murder them. They should be treated just like an adult.
Let's go to Northside High School, day
There you
one.
go.
What year was it? About 3 years ago?
Yes, 2 years ago, I
2 or
believe.
3 years
too.
back. And one guy, he's was 17, I think, at the time. I got his name somewhere. Knifed. He died. He died.
Yes.
First day of school with a knife. Not some guy with an assault weapon. He was killed by a dude with a knife. The guy's underage. We will never likely know who he is. We don't even know that he's been to trial, do we?
Right.
We don't know the outcome of that trial, do we?
No.
Should he have been tried as an adult? Absolutely. In other states, we pointed when they had changed this law so that North Carolina would conform to other states' rules and regulations, like New York. Well, they got people in New York that they go out and they coerce people underage to commit heinous crimes because they know they're just going to get a slap on the wrist with no permanent record that anybody has access to. They hire people. They look for people who are underage to do those kinds of things. And we want to have laws on our books to look like New York? No, I don't. They've got their problems. They build in some of their problems. By not enforcing the laws that are on the books already, they have problems. They encourage problems.
Well, when they changed that law, and the current law right now, as it stands, says that 16 and 17-year-olds must be transferred to the Superior Court, and then from there they will decide whether or not that. I just had a pop-up come up. It just makes me
They'll
so
decide
mad.
they will be tried as an adult if they're
right.
16 or 17.
I mean,
it does
had-
not matter.
But you've had 16, 17-year-olds that have been charged with murder, rape, and some.
Any felony arrest should be treated. Any felony arrest, and that includes burglary, should be tried as an adult.
This whole purpose.
Because, like I said, those older
Right.
people, we had it happen right here, my neighborhood, well across the street from my neighborhood. Young guy, he and a bunch of others were coerced, hired, traded drugs for product or whatever, and they were breaking into places, and they get slapped on the wrist.
Oh, well, it was the raise the age law that they did, and it was designed to reduce these juveniles from having to serve lifetime.
Why?
And to avoid a lifetime criminal record if tried in adult courts. And the records are to be kept confidential.
So what do you do? What do you say to the family of someone who, one of these juveniles who was not tried as an adult, he was slapped on the wrist. The only slap on the wrist I've ever heard of that worked was when the nun did it. But if you got this guy, he's been tried as a juvenile, as a child.
Right.
You don't see what occurred. You don't know what occurred. What do you tell the family of the guy that when he turns 18 and he kills that person? What do you tell that family?
Right.
That you could have kept this dude in jail.
Well, the whole purpose of the raise the age law was to help these juveniles that have gone astray to
that's a fiddle I'm playing right now, by the way.
Right. To avoid having lifetime criminal records, et cetera, et cetera. Well, we know for a fact here in Onslow County that there has been cases of recent where someone that was 16, 17 years of age that was involved in something bad.
Yes.
Fell under this law.
Felonies.
And since that point have been involved in something even worse.
Yes.
Because they were basically, their hands were slapped.
Yep. What do you tell the family of that dead person?
Right.
I'm just asking you.
I mean, there's a lot yet to come out, but I like that they going changing this law back. I think it's
I hope so.
appropriate. This day and age,
Not going to get past the governor.
16 and
unfortunately.
17-year-olds are not like they were back in the day.
You may as well save it, and hopefully you'll get a Democratic governor who will approve it. Because it's not going to get past Cooper. You know that.
Well,
The law and order governor, the attorney
he can
general.
veto it, but the Republicans have the majority.
Yeah.
Remember, they can.
They got to get it done soon. I mean, the sessions will be over with.
Oh, they'll get it done. They'll get it done. I have all the faith. I think
We're going to
it's
end this
gonna go.
block, not the show. We're going to end this block with something good and funny.
Okay, good. Let's do
You ready?
this. Yes. What is wrong with my chair?
Great news for comic book enthusiasts. Wish I had all the ones that I had ever read over the first 70 years. Well, not the first 70 years, back 70 years ago.
You'd
and
be
before.
rich.
If I had all those comic books over about a 5 or 6 or 7 year span,
Mm-hmm.
I would be rich. The Onslow County Public Library has moved or is moving their second annual comic book festival event to Saturday, June 1. Why? Because rain predicted for that weekend leading up to it. The event will still take place at the Jacksonville Main Branch Library location. Comic Book Fest features vendors, local artists, food trucks, a costume contest. Ooh,
This is
I wonder if I
nice.
got a costume. If I could get me a costume of the
Let's have
favorite
my
comic
Wonder
book.
Woman outfit.
Oh, do you?
I can't wear it. No,
Why?
it's not happening.
Why?
That's from a while back.
Why?
Because no.
Why can't you wear it?
No.
Tell me why you
was
can't
way
wear
back. Because it no.
Why can't you wear
Because
it?
I've gotten a little older and it's just not appropriate. Oh, let's
Just
just
put
put
a
it
little
that way.
makeup on. You have Wonder Woman a mask on, right?
Yeah, that's right. I can wear a mask.
Yeah. Halloween mask or wonderful costume. Well, this should apply.
But this is cool because a lot of people dress up as cartoon characters
They
or
do.
comic book characters.
Yeah, they do.
Let's go check
Well,
this
they're
one
going to
out.
have that costume contest, and of course, the comic books will be featured. The rescheduled event will be rain or shine on the 1st, with an indoor backup plan this time in case the weather remains uncooperative. Should be a lot of fun for the enthusiasts. Onslow County Public Library Director Jennifer Whaley is confident that the date change will bring even more visitors to this exciting
Get
event.
her to come on.
I hadn't heard the publicity before. I apologize for not having it, but I'm glad it's got it now.
Let's get her to come on next week.
Yeah. It's the event is a
cool.
partnership between the Onslow County Public Library, the North Carolina Arts Council, and Onslow County Friends of the Library.
Oh, wonderful. I like this. This is pretty cool.
Yeah. Bill, we got just a couple of minutes before we got to do weather. Go ahead.
Yes, I was calling. Hearing that thing about the space aliens that one youth had brought up, and we, when they dealt with space aliens there at Roswell and other places back in the 50s and 60s, they used lethal force, and that seemed to end a lot of the space aliens. I haven't heard of any other space aliens trying to come here since then, and maybe the word got passed to whatever planet they were from, not to Earth, because you're going to get met with lethal force.
What?
Where a lot of the just illegal aliens coming in over borders and stuff don't get met that way,
No, they don't.
So, yeah, but it seemed to cut back on all the space alien visits since the 60s and or up to the 60s.
So what you're saying is they use preventative methods that probably send a message.
Yeah, and that ended all up, any interplanetary aliens from getting to Earth or even desiring to come here. So it may send a message, like the ones crossing borders illegally, etc.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then, like they were talking about the library and the comic books. Have they ever thought of like a comic book section? Because there are still a lot of adults that collect them and read them continuously. That's their sort of their.
What was your
their
favorite?
addictions? Yeah, and they've had collections. It would be a good.
Sure.
I guess people as they get older to say, well, I've been carrying these trunk loads of books around with me that I'm not going to use anymore, and just make a library or a library portion somewhere.
Okay, Bill, what was your favorite comic?
Anyway,
what was your favorite comic book?
I didn't read them a lot. I would get them. My brother was a big one for reading them.
You just looked at the pictures, right?
Probably.
Yeah, but I remember they had bubblegum cards. They had the superheroes, and at that point, like the Iron Man and all that. And that was a big one for getting baseball cards, and then the Superman series there till I had them all. So, but that was about the end of my comic book days.
Okay, sound like a winner. I can't remember the end of mine, but I used to have them. That's always a lot of fun to read them back in the day. So,
yeah, I was a big Twilight Zone fan, though.
Oh, me too.
The Outer
Wow.
Limits and One Step Beyond.
Haven't heard. I need to look for the actors. I wonder if they got any. What is it? That was the. There's nothing wrong with your TV set. Do not attempt to adjust it.
I'm telling you, it freaked me out every time.
Yeah, we can control the vertical or horizontal.
Yeah. Hell, I couldn't control it at home. I'm glad somebody can
Trying to
control
find
it.
it.
All right, Bill, sir.
Yes, take care.
You too. You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Weather is next.
Hey, this is Chris Rainer with Sports Talk. Stay tuned later this morning at 9 a.m. Our guest will be Riley Morton from Rock Creek Golf and Country Club. He'll be talking about the upcoming PGA Championship this weekend. Also talking about his dad, Rick Morton, and the Senior PGA Championship next weekend. We'll see you Friday morning on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwasher. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbin Avenue in Swansboro.
Onslow County Motor Company asks you to join them in remembering those that gave their all to preserve our most prized possession, our freedom, this Memorial Day, May 27th. If you are looking to purchase a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV without the high pressure, Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, may be the dealership for you. At Onslow County Motor Company, they want to help you buy a car, truck, or SUV, not just sell you one. Buying a car, truck, or SUV should be enjoyable, and the folks at Onslow County Motor Company will do their best in making your car buying experience fun and relaxed. Check out their inventory online at ocmc.us or visit them at 1639 Lejeune Boulevard. All vehicles are hand selected and a standard warranty comes with most vehicles, with extended warranties available, and Carfax is free. Stop by and visit Ben, Brandon, Travis, or Terry. They will gladly answer all your questions about a particular model. Financing? Well, Zeke will finance most anybody. Great selection, great people. Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, where customers send their friends. Phone 910-355-7066. Onslow County Motor Company asks you to join them in honoring those that made the ultimate sacrifice this Memorial Day, May 27th.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with buck and case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011 B Bridge Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Suicide, we hear about it all the time, all across the country. Onslow County can't be excluded from this, unfortunately. I wish we could. We get away with a lot of stuff in Onslow County that we don't have to put up with because other parts of the country do.
Snow.
But this is something that's across the board. We know that as many as 22 veterans of our military commit suicide every day across this nation. Are you listening to that? 22
sad
American heroes die by their own hands every day in this country. Not acceptable. We've got to do something about that and more. Unfortunately, Onslow County ranks 3rd per capita in all of North Carolina for the number of people of all ages who have reported that they've even considered taking their own lives. It's called suicide ideation. Between 2020 and 2023, we had 344 confirmed reports of suicide ideation. Now, if we got that many and we know about it, how many more are there that have thought about it? People who have thought about it, contemplated it, perhaps even gone up to the last minute and didn't. That's 90 cases for the entire population of the county for each year of that 4-year reporting process period. Suicide is the 3rd leading cause of death in ages 10 to 34 in North Carolina. We were just reading about a 10-year-old. Been bullied in school, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's tragic.
Died.
Tragic.
Killed himself. In 2021, there were 35 deaths in Onslow County by suicide. That's 20 per 100,000 residents. If you or someone you know have thoughts of suicide, don't despair. You need to reach out because there is help. People who will listen to you. People who will help you work through your issues. Community Prevention Services is located right here in Jacksonville. The staff is ready, willing, and able to help you with the issues you have. And everything is totally confidential. You don't have to worry about your friends, your family, your relatives, anybody. You don't have to worry about that. They don't know about it unless you tell them. Community Prevention Services helps with all forms of depression and anxiety, regardless of the level. Conveniently located at 918 Henderson Drive, you can give them a call. You should give them a call. Discuss a time to talk with a counselor. Community Prevention Services also accepts most forms of insurance, so don't let that stand in your way. Offshore today, winds out of the northwest about 5 to 10 knots, becoming southeasterly this afternoon, seas 2 to 3 feet. There are going to be some waves coming in from the south, about 3-footers every 6 seconds, and they're going to be colliding with small waves coming in from the east, 1-footers at 8 seconds. Sounds and rivers a light chop today. Tomorrow, southerly winds 5 to 10, seas 2 to 3. Sounds and rivers a light chop. Nice, except for the forecast rain. And Sunday, winds out of the west 5 to 10 knots, becoming northwesterly 10 to 15 in the afternoon. Sounds and rivers a light chop, increasing to a moderate chop in the afternoon.
And today we have a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after 2 p.m. Partly sunny with a high near 82. Calm wind becoming south 5 to 8 miles per hour in the afternoon. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after 2 a.m. Mostly cloudy with a low around 66. Saturday, a 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a high near 80. Saturday night, showers and thunderstorms. Sunday, showers and thunderstorms with a high of 76.
Well, the fish don't really care how wet it gets.
No, they don't.
They thrive.
As long as it's not lightning, I'm in.
Yeah, there you go.
There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture.
Freaks me.
We are controlling transmission. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can change the focus to a soft blur or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to the outer limits.
Oh, I used to love that show. And
see, you just traumatized me again.
And similar shows. That was a cool show, though. It's different.
It was just that music, that introduction, that always just freaked me out.
It did not have quite the pizzazz of the writing skills of Rod Serling from the Twilight Zone. I mean, that show was the bomb. I don't care what you can say about it. Otherwise, that show was well produced. So many stars of later years for TV and the big screen showed up. Burt Reynolds.
Right.
We had all sorts of people on there. Shatner. He did
William
the most
Shatner.
famous Twilight Zone ever.
He was so good.
That was where the monster was walking the wings of the airplane.
See, now I'll sleep with my gun again tonight.
You don't every night.
But I'm not saying anything. Yeah, that show really creeped me. And I forgot what I was even going to say because you have traumatized me.
Sorry about that. Michael Cohen's final day on the witness stand wrapped up yesterday.
Fiery.
Yeah. Up in New York. He's going to be called back. He's got to be. Donald Trump's former attorney testified for nearly 6 hours over a 2-day span of cross-examination. Trump's lawyer, Todd Blanche, put him under the gun. Cohen answered numerous questions Thursday related to his time working for Trump, including whether he had hoped to secure a role at the White House in the Trump administration, how Trump reacted to the initial story of his and Stormy Daniels' sexual encounter that may or may not have actually happened, and whether Cohen believed he played a role in Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg's indictment of Trump. Okay. Cohen said, I take some credit for that 34 indictment against Trump. He once admitted to referring to as D.A. Donald.
D.A.
That's D.A. does not stand for district attorney, y'all.
No.
You figure it out.
Yeah, we figured it out.
Blanche also focused greatly on Cohen's history of lying under oath, including to a federal judge. I don't know why he's not back in prison. Dating back to 2017, Attorney Blanche highlighted several instances where Cohen lied under oath, including to Congress about Trump Tower Moscow project and federal investigators from Special Counsel Robert Mueller's office. Now, there are other people that are going to prison for doing all that kind of lying. Now, all these people that are brought into the FBI office, you realize it's a federal offense to lie to a federal agent, right? All these people who get up on a stand to testify in Congress, they all are told, you realize it's perjury if you lie to us, right? That you could go to prison for it. Blanche asked Cohen about the oath and whether he believed it changed depending upon the setting. What day of the week he was, what kind of underwear he was wearing, or whatever. No, Cohen responded, I will be so happy to have this trial over. In reality, though, I don't think it will really be over for quite some time to come. Found guilty or not guilty, it ain't going to end.
I got totally confused over the part with the phone calls and the text messages from the 14-year-old and how the 14-year-old and Cohen were harassing each other and him lying about that. I got totally lost in that.
Trying to keep up with this thing is worse than following that bouncing ball on Mitch. What was that guy's that band leader's name? Mitch Miller.
Yeah.
Follow the little bouncing ball. No, I could never follow that either. This thing is a whole lot worse than that.
Twilight Zone, now the bouncing ball. I just can't handle anymore.
Stop. Baby. Makes you want to have a cigarette, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh, a drink or something.
E-cigarette sales are climbing. It's primarily young people who are getting hooked, and that's what they're saying is happening. We've had folks in here. We've had our law enforcement community, the sheriff's office here, the police department. They've gone after illegal activity that's happening among those vaping shops, for instance.
Yes, they did.
All that vape is not just steam. There are people between the ages of 18 and 24. They're the ones who vape the most, but 9% of youth between 11 and 15 years of age say they're regular vapors. Kids between 11 and 15 years of age say they are regular vapors. U.S. Center of Disease Control and Prevention made that statement. One of those guys, it's a young guy, his name is 22 years old. His name is Jackson Allard of North Dakota. He almost died. He almost died because of his vaping habit. And now he's warning others of the dangers. This is a little lengthy, but it's worth reading. Kelly, I sent this to you if you're listening. This needs to be published. I'd like to get this on the air. Besides leading to addiction, vaping can cause permanent lung damage. Last October, Allard developed parainfluenza. It led to pneumonia and then acute respiratory disease syndrome. His lungs were filled with fluid. I was really sick, barely able to sleep, puking constantly. That's what he said. The young man was an ECMO, a form of life support, for 70 days.
That's a shame.
He said, I had a 1% chance to live. His lungs were damaged so badly that in January of this year, he received a double lung transplant, a rare procedure for someone his age. 22 years of age. Got a double lung transplant because he was a regular, habitual user of vape.
Such a young age.
The first thing that went through my head was, can I live a normal life after this? Allard and his family live in Fargo, North Dakota, but they're renting an apartment in Minneapolis while he recovers from his transplant. Twice weekly, he attends rehabilitation and gets weekly blood work done. He also gets his PICC line, that's a tube connected to his veins for long-term medication, cleaned each week. Allard takes 30 pills every day. Allard takes 30 pills every day.
Wow.
His family is responsible for giving him his IV medication. What happens when there's no more family? There's no more Allard. Based on his doctor's input, Allard and his grandmother, Doreen Hulbert, believe vaping is to blame for his lung failure. When I first started vaping, I was probably 14, he said. I was pretty much nonstop doing it. He started later using a weed vape as well.
Oh.
There's nothing bad about vaping. It's just steam, Daddy. It's no problem. All the adults are doing it too. I told my friend who smokes marijuana, I was like, be careful with that, he said, suggesting that people use marijuana gummies instead of vapes. His grandmother, Doreen, said she complained daily about Jackson's vaping habits. Multiple doctors said, if you smoke cigarettes for 50 years, we'll see you with lung cancer. If you vape for 5 years, we'll see you with permanent lung damage.
Wow. Yeah.
Even recovering, Allard cannot drink alcohol. He cannot smoke. His weakened immune system means he has to avoid big crowds. Think about that when you huff the next time. Think about that when you want to visit your friendly vape shop. Think about that. There's your future, people. That's your future. You're Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Hey, it's your afternoon guy, Chris Hollywood Man, inviting you to join the Freedom Prize Patrol at National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram on Marine Boulevard right here in Jacksonville today from 4 to 6 p.m. Stop by and get a great deal on a new truck, Jeep, or the vehicle of your dreams. Now, as you get ready for the weekend, go ahead, swing up by the dealership, hang out with the Freedom crew. We would love to see you with Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full cuts, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
The Cub Cadet Ultimate Sales Event is here. Now through May 18th, save on select Cub Cadet lawnmowers, including both gas and battery-powered zero-turns and lawn tractors. The Cub Cadet Ultimate Series, which includes both lap bar and steering wheel models with heavy-duty mowing decks available in a variety of sizes designed to deliver a premium cut. And Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series lawn tractors were engineered for strength, comfort, and versatility. Don't wait. The Ultimate Sales Event ends May 18th. Head to Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional expert advice and excellent service. Offer valid 4/14/24, 5/18/24. Participating Cub Cadet dealers and online at cubcadet.com. Prices may vary by retailer. May not be combined with any other discount or offer. Does not apply to prior purchases. Other restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, Solidtech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. That's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997, with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it. Located on Gum Branch Road between Jacksonville and Richlands is Rock Creek Golf and Country Club. Player friendly with 5 sets of tees and brand new greens for any skill level, while offering a beautiful and challenging golf course at very affordable rates. Test your putting skill on the brand new greens at Rock Creek. Monday through Thursday, play for only $32. On Fridays, play for $37. And all military and seniors pay $35. On Saturday and Sundays, play for $44. And seniors and military pay $42. And now, Ladies' Day is every Wednesday, and the cost is only $28. All prices include card and green fees. And all eagles, birdies, pars, bogeys, double bogeys, and others are free. Pro Rick Morton invites you to call anytime. 910-324-5151 for a tee time. Memberships available.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Do you like sushi?
I used to.
Why don't you like it now?
Because I got a hold of a bad piece one time, and
I've heard that from several people over the years.
And it kind of just, I've never been able to go back and eat it again.
is liking sushi. If I tell somebody that I like sushi, is that you think that's a racist thing?
What now? What?
Okay, I like sushi. So I find somebody from Japan, for instance, and I say, I like sushi. And they say, well, you're just being racist.
Why? Who?
A judge in the United Kingdom, England, ruled that a Japanese professor was incorrect in attributing racism to a comment from her superior about loving sushi. In September 2021, University of London professor Nana Sato Rosberg alleged that her boss, Provost Claire Ozan, raised the subject of Japanese food and that her family likes this cuisine and that they eat sushi. That caused her to raise a complaint internally, accusing Ozan of being unconsciously biased. When the complaint failed, the professor filed a complaint with the UK's Employment Tribunal, which is responsible for hearing claims from people who think an employer or potential employer treated them unlawfully. In April, Employment Judge Brown dismissed the professor's claims that there was unlawful harassment or discrimination, saying, that's being stupid, unreasonable, he said. The tribunal, he said, decided that Ozan mentioning a sushi restaurant and her family's love of sushi was not a detriment because a reasonable person would not consider themselves at a disadvantage when a manager trying to be friendly and on common ground was enthusiastic about food from the person's country of origin. Duh.
So much stupidity in this world.
I like grits. Oh, you ain't from the north, so that doesn't count. But if I like grits and I find some Yankee come down here,
doesn't like grits, fine.
And he tries to say, oh, well, I like grits too, then I file a complaint against that person because he's being racist.
We're getting gritty here. Well, I like grits. I mean, I like
lots of butter.
Steak. That doesn't mean I'm racist towards the chickens because I like chicken too. So, I mean, it's a stupid world we live in now. You can't do or say anything without offending someone.
This Japanese lady said, well, she would not have said to a German person, I like sausage.
I'm not going there with any of this. I'm just not doing it.
The professor said, Ozan chose to speak only about topics directly relevant to my race, the liking of Japanese food, and that her family like it and eat sushi.
I like, one day.
There's certain times that you really should be brought up on charges when you waste the court's time.
No, there's certain times when you really just need to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Why do the rest of us have to put up with it? It's crazy. 8:30 this morning, which we're late. We're late talking about it.
I know. Meant to do it earlier.
Oh yes, it was groundbreaking ceremony for the museum and the marina, and I wanted to be there. But hopefully, we've got some good pictures being taken. So we'll share.
So.
We'll share.
All you guys out there taking pictures of that groundbreaking. It's an important deal.
Yes.
This is pretty well discussed on. Doggy is chasing a critter that flew in here. Some kind of a bug.
Oh, it's
a moth or something.
It's a moth. I was like, I didn't know what was going on.
That's my anti-moth regime.
Yeah, it's just a moth.
It's well, anyway, all of that racism stuff sometimes gets to be overwhelming.
It is overwhelming.
It is.
I mean, it's gotten to the point. Don't you feel like sometimes, if you go out in public, you go to a public function, you just kind of nod, hello, how you doing it, everybody, and keep on going because you're afraid if you do anything else, you're going to offend somebody, get shot, get stabbed, something. I mean, it's just crazy world we live in now.
Is there one issue that Biden is going to be facing, and not Donald Trump, but one issue in the 2024 election for his reelection? Is there one issue, or is there an accumulation of issues that he's having to deal with now that could cost him the election? There are more and more people that are coming out raising Cain with him, and there are issues here, issues there, issues, and they just keep on mounting up. Let's talk about it after the break.
Yes.
And you guys out there, you're welcome to chime in here too. 910-333-0139. 910-333-0139. Your live and local Real Talk. We'll be right back.
WSME.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro can save you money on your automobile insurance with new options that are available now. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you are in good hands, like helping you customize your auto, home, and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own Home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Save more money on your automobile insurance today with Tammy Fry Allstate. Phone 910-326-5383 today. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona, phone 910-346-6384.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store down home down the street where good things call us, Main Street in Maysville. Half-cut boneless is strip loin, just $7.99 a pound. Family pack boneless is 2 beef, just $4.99 a pound. Half-cut pork loin, just $1.69 a pound. Bone-in, center-cut thick pork chops, just $2.59 a pound. Springer Mountain Farms, frying thighs and drumsticks, just $1.29 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your Maysville Piggly Wiggly, and they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson Farm chicken. Over in the garden, fresh Georgia blueberries, just $2.99 a pint. Jumbo Athena cantaloupes are just $3.99 each. Sweet Vidalia onions, just $1.49 a pound. How about yellow or zucchini squash, $1.79 a pound. Sweet grape tomatoes, just $1.99 a pint. And a 5-pack of yellow, white, or bicolor corn is only $3.99. And fresh strawberries are just $2.99 a pound. And you get 3 6-packs of the half-liter size Coca Sprites for just $12. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store down the street where good things cost less in downtown Main Street in Maysville. Remember, say big with the pig.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
The Cub Cadet Ultimate Sales Event is here. Now through May 18th, save on select Cub Cadet lawnmowers, including both gas and battery-powered zero-turns and lawn tractors. The Cub Cadet Ultimate Series includes both lap bar and steering wheel models with heavy-duty mowing decks available in a variety of sizes designed to deliver a premium cut. And Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series lawn tractors were engineered for strength, comfort, and versatility. Don't wait. The Ultimate Sales Event ends May 18th. At the Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and excellent service. Offer valid 4/14/24 through 5/18/24. Participating Cub Cadet dealers and online at cubcadet.com. Prices may vary by retailer. May not be combined with any other discount or offer. Does not apply to prior purchases. Other restrictions apply. Void where prohibited.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Well, telephone's been pretty quiet this morning. I think we threw a few balls people could swing and hit at. So anyway, it's okay. Maybe next week they'll pick it up again. My question was, what issues are there? I'm getting notes from supposedly the DNC daily. We need help. We need help. Biden's in trouble. Biden's in trouble. They think I'm a Democrat, apparently. I don't know. It's really weird.
Because you're an affiliate. They're reaching out. They're trying to get
Well,
your
they
vote.
are. They're reaching out.
That's right.
But they want money. That's what they always want at the end of their, we're in trouble. Did you know that Donald Trump is way ahead of this and this and that? Really? You sound like you're a Donald Trump guy, if that's the case. So we need to hit him off at the pass. So what issues does Donald Trump actually face? And let's forget that it's a Donald Trump personality against a Joe Biden personality, if he's got one. What are the real issues in this entire race? Okay.
Personally, my opinion, my issues first on the piece of paper there is Biden's age, mental capacity, his stamina, because I believe that he wears his age a lot older than what Donald Trump wears his. And then on the other side of the spectrum, all this stuff that Donald Trump is going through right now, the charges, the allegations. I mean, I'm not happy with choices right now.
Let's take Donald Trump out of the mix here for just a second. I don't know what his issues are. We'll discuss that another day because I don't have time today. It'll take a while.
Right.
But in Joe Biden's case, and I don't really care about the number age 81. I don't care about that.
It's a number, but
I don't care about. I do care about his obvious mental, not demise, but depreciation. He's going down. He's not as acute as he once was.
people wear age differently.
Yes, they do. Okay,
and
so that's number
my
one.
point.
Got another issue that concerns you?
There's so many.
The majority of Americans have this one issue and keeps popping up.
Keeps what?
It keeps popping up as one of the problems that we have that we face. That
Problems as a nation that we're having, that we're facing
Yeah,
right now. Oh, there's so many of them. Open borders.
That's one. That's the primary one.
Not supporting our police officers or law enforcement agencies, not backing them, and not, giving them.
Is that a
what they
Biden
need.
issue though? Is that a?
Well, he's president.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. Our economy,
How
even
about
though
things that he wants or has proclaimed, and he says, "This is what my is going to look like.
what did he say?
This is going to be my legacy." These things.
Oh, the legacy. I know the green thing.
Yep, that's
going
part of it.
green.
Electric vehicles are one of the biggest things. that
Yes,
they're pointing
electric
out right now.
vehicles, and I think
And we got some manufacturers that are rebelling about that. They're not
yes.
going to do it.
Well, yeah, sure they are.
They can't afford it.
No.
People are not going to do it. People are not. They don't want the expense. They don't trust them.
Mercy.
They just don't trust the administration to make sure this will happen.
There's so many little things that I do not agree with what he's proposing. I mean, I believe that we need to clean up our planet. We need to try to do better at keeping it clean. But, forcing an electric vehicle, forcing me to go electric, I'm not ready for that.
39%, according to a recent survey, 39% of Republicans say the issue of electric vehicles will be a factor in determining who they vote for in the upcoming election. 32% of Democrats say that will be an issue. Okay, 39% of the Republicans are going to say, yeah, we don't want it. 32% of the Democrats are going to say, well, yeah, we going to want it because the president wants it. That's going to be one of his downfalls.
Well, wait till November comes and goes.
To everything else, put everything else on the table at the same time. Biden's chances are looking less better.
Well, they're in a dead heat right now, according to a lot of polls. But I don't put a lot of context into polls because it depends on whose poll it is, how many people they ask.
Too early.
It's just bad.
Wait till the court decision is made one way or the other,
right?
And then start looking at polls.
Oh, by the way, there is no court today.
No. Okay, we're going to take a break off for the whole weekend.
Is it that time again?
We'll be back on Monday, and Kelly should be here by then. I think she's coming in Monday, right? She's still.
Yes, as far as I know, she is. She'll be back, yeah.
And if you're out around National Dodge today, this afternoon between 4 and 6 o'clock, the only Hollywood. He's going to be doing part of his show from there.
Yes.
Between 4 and 6 o'clock, National Dodge here in Jacksonville.
I think he's got a special guest with him sitting at the table today, too.
Well, there's some bum that he picked up off the side of the street earlier today.
It's Raver to everybody.
He promised him a couple of donuts.
Oh, okay.
Cream filled from Krispy Kreme.
I hope you're listening, Hollywood.
He isn't.
You need to make time to stop by Krispy Kreme.
Coming up next, we got Fox News break, and right after Fox News, Chris Rayner is going to be in here.
Yes, with Riley Morton as his special guest today, talking about golf.
One of those guys that hits the little white golf balls around.
Yes, talking about golf. They got a PGA tournament coming up here.
Yeah, that's happening.
We're going to talk golf.
And then at 10 o'clock, or a little after 10 o'clock, after Sports Talk, it's Rick Dees, the man about town.
I like him. I love listening to him.
Ducky Man himself, right?
Disco Duck.
Disco Duck Man himself.
Disco
If y'all
Duck.
are so young that you have never heard that, you can
Disco
Google it.
Duck.
Google Disco Duck song. And Rick is the one who did that song.
That's right.
Big deal back in the 70s. I think it was 70s, was it? Yeah, it was 70s when the disco phrase was out. Okay, we'll see you Monday morning. Have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. You're live and local Real Talk. Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Be safe.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.